Here in New York, state lawmakers have voted to ban the use of police chokeholds and to repeal a controversial law known as 50A that shields the disciplinary records of police officers from the public. The vote came despite heavy lobbying from police unions to keep officers' records secret. In Phoenix, Arizona, hundreds of protesters have taken to the streets demanding justice for 28-year-old Deon Johnson, who was killed by a police officer on the same day George Floyd was killed in Minnesota. On May 25th, Johnson was allegedly sleeping in his car on the side of a North Phoenix highway when a Department of Public Safety trooper shot him, alleging he feared he would be pushed into oncoming traffic. Johnson's family is demanding the release of the name of the trooper, the official report of the incident, and any video footage that may exist. The trooper was reportedly not wearing a body camera, did not have a dashboard camera, and there were no known witnesses. Johnson's family's called on the U.S. Justice Department to investigate and for the trooper to be arrested and charged. In Minneapolis, police have admitted officers slashed the tires of unoccupied vehicles parked near recent protests over the killing of George Floyd after Mother Jones magazine published photos and videos of several incidents. A Department of Public Safety spokesperson Tuesday said state troopers had, quote, strategically deflated tires. In other news from Minneapolis, the TV station Fox 9 is reporting federal and state prosecutors were negotiating a possible plea deal with former officer Derek Chauvin just days after he killed George Floyd. The negotiations fell apart on May 28th. The following day, Chauvin was charged and arrested. A warning to our viewers, this next story contains graphic images of police violence. In Austin, Texas, Black Lives Matter activists are demanding the arrest of officers who sent two young people to the hospital with head trauma at recent protests. On May 31st, police shot 20-year-old Texas State University student Justin Howell in the head with a lead pellet bag fired by an officer's shotgun. After he fell unconscious to the pavement, he was picked up by fellow protesters who tried to rush him past a police line for medical attention. The police then opened fire with another barrage. Powell was hospitalized in critical condition with a fractured skull and brain damage. A day earlier, another Austin officer shot 16-year-old Brad Levy Ayala in the head with a beanbag round as the teen stood passively on a hillside near a line of riot police. Ayala's family says he's undergoing neurological testing at an Austin hospital and faces a long road to recovery. In San Jose, California, police shot their own anti-bias trainer in the groin, rupturing his testicle with a rubber-coated bullet as he tried to de-escalate tension between police and protesters at a May 29th rally. Doctors say 27-year-old Derek Sanderlin, who's African-American, may never be able to father children. In Los Angeles, police officer Frank Hernandez was arrested Tuesday on felony assault charges. Video shot in April showed him brutally beating Richard Castillo, an unhoused man who'd been squatting in a Boyle House property amidst the coronavirus lockdown. And here in New York police officer Vincent D'Andrea has been charged with assault, criminal mischief, harassment, and menacing after video showed him violently shoving a peaceful protester to the ground as he shouted an expletive and a misogynistic slur at her. 20-year-old Dunya Zaire suffered a seizure and was hospitalized with concussion after the May 29th attack. President Trump has tweeted an attack on a longtime Buffalo police activist who was assaulted by police officers at a Black Lives Matter protest last week. In video of the assault, which has been viewed by millions, two Buffalo police officers are seen violently shoving 75-year-old Martin Gugino to the ground. Dozens of officers walk by as blood pours from Gugino's head. On Tuesday morning, as Gugino lay in a hospital recovering from head trauma, President Trump amplified a conspiracy theory pushed by right-wing news outlet One America News, tweeting, quote, Buffalo protester shoved by police could be an Antifa provocateur. 75-year-old Martin Gugino was pushed away after appearing to scan police communications in order to black out the equipment. I watched. He fell harder than was pushed. Was aiming scanner could be a setup, Trump tweeted. We'll speak with one of Martin Gugino's close friends and fellow activists later in the broadcast.